people dream about owning their own business and being their own boss. People with disabilities are no exception. The 1998 amendments to the Rehabilitation Act encourages the use of self-employment as a viable means to achieve successful employment. In 2007, the DOR introduced new regulations to further increase participation. Like any career path we choose, you need to understand the business category, you must have the knowledge and talent required for the profession, and you have to make the commitment to do what's necessary to follow through and make it happen. In other words, you're in charge. So you want to be self-employed. Here's what you'll need to do. Determine your employment goal. Decide whether or not this goal is suited to a self-employment setting. Prepare a summary of your proposed small business. You might be asked to develop a detailed small business plan as you get further along in the process. Most important, you'll have to decide whether you have what it takes to bring your small business to fruition. Your counselor is a great resource for you in the preparation of your small business summary and again when the small business plan is needed. In some cases, you may work directly with your counselor, or the counselor may be able to make referrals to resources specifically relevant to your small business. As a sole proprietor, you own the business with control and responsibility for decisions affecting the conduct of the business. In order for the DOR to provide support and guidance, your vocational goals must intend for this self-employment setting to become a majority source of income for you. It also needs to meet your ongoing living expenses, and you must comply with relevant state, federal, and local laws and regulations. Assessing the self-employment setting can help to determine if the setting is appropriate for your personal attributes and if the proposed business is likely to produce sufficient income. It should also establish the feasibility of your ability to obtain the necessary resources. Another type of assessment your counselor can conduct is an assessment of your personal attributes. This type of assessment can be invaluable to you in disclosing your strong and weak characteristics and highlight training or education to pursue. In addition to the evaluation of your personal skills and technical knowledge, your financial history and credit record is also included. Your counselor can also conduct an assessment of the proposed business. This will provide information about the feasibility of the proposed small business, whether it's appropriate, and identify the nature and scope of the vocational rehabilitation services to be provided in order to assist you in being employed in the self-employment setting. And lastly, are there necessary and available resources to establish and operate the small business? While the DOR is here to provide you with assistance, the role of the DOR is not to provide all the financial resources to establish and operate your business. Every business benefits from doing a proposed business summary and a small business plan. First, you'll need a description of the service or product the small business will sell. Next, you'll develop a projection of income and expenses for the first year of operation. You'll then want to calculate the number of monthly hours you'll be working. Once that's accomplished, you'll need to calculate the one-time initial costs necessary to establish the business. The summary should also include your own resources. What personal resources can you contribute to the small business? Also indicate if you need a loan and information about your personal credit. Then you'll need to prepare a marketing analysis and marketing strategy. Your counselor can provide you with a list of questions outlining the content you'll need for the analysis and strategy. And finally, you'll want to address staffing needs for your small business. It may all sound a bit complicated, but the DOR is there to offer guidance. The next big step is the small business plan. The main elements of a small business plan are executive summary. The summary you prepared earlier can usually be adapted to the executive summary. The business description, a marketing plan, a management and operations plan, the financial plan, and any supporting documents to enhance the presentation of your business to your audience and the financial world. The business plan will be your blueprint to develop a successful and profitable business. Business plans are often written for capital raising purposes. You'll want the business plan to inform and attract potential investors or financial institutions to obtain loans. you can look to your DOR counselor for guidance, forms, plan outlines, explanations, and other great resources. The DOR can also review your business plan and give you their evaluation as to whether the business is likely to provide you with the financial return and professional outcome that will meet your expectations. The DOR will conduct assessments, not only to assess your strengths and vocational goals, but industry and financial assessments. Technical assistance will be key as they bring their contacts in to provide you with specific expertise that you might require. The DOR can assist you with training to prepare you for work in your employment setting. And lastly, the DOR can assist you with certain one-time costs like occupational license fees, tools, or other equipment. Stock and supplies necessary for a 6-month period, initial deposits required for rental agreements or utility service. There are also areas where the DOR cannot provide you with assistance. They are primarily financial in nature. You should discuss these areas with your counselor to make sure everyone understands and is clear about what you can expect from the DOR and what the DOR can expect from you. The hard work and preparation you invest in planning and developing your self-employment setting will give you the best chance for success. Your DOR counselor can assist you with resources and links. You'll become better educated in your business category as you develop your summary and business plan. Another good idea is to visit similar businesses. Talk to the owner. Ask questions. It's all part of educating yourself and working towards your vocational goal. So remember, be prepared. Let me introduce you to Debbie. Hers is a different type of self-employment setting. She participated in the Business Enterprise Program specifically developed for people who are visually impaired or blind.
People with disabilities have exactly the same needs as everyone else. We have families to raise, bills to pay, food we like to eat. But for me, there was even more to it than that. It's the ability to be independent, to be able to take care of myself, not to be a burden to anybody else, and to have the freedom in life that we're given when we're employed. I found myself the single mother of 4 children, and I needed to get a job. I needed to get it quickly. But I found out through the Department of Rehabilitation that there is much, much more. For even those of us with disabilities, we can accomplish great things. I met a wonderful rehab counselor who took the time to evaluate my life and my needs and helped me get started on that journey. They offer everything you could possibly need. They started with counseling to see if I needed any kind of counseling to go forward. Then there is a pre-evaluation period that you go through where you have just some simple testing, and they make sure that you are legally blind, which you have to be to participate in this program. And then they educate you. They take you down to the Business Enterprise Program, the BEP, and introduce you to the instructor, kind of walk the walk, and then they explain to you the process. You go to a school for 6 months, and all of that is provided through the funds through the Department of Rehabilitation. We absolutely hire people with disabilities. We don't hire them just because they're disabled. We make sure they're qualified first, but that doesn't stop us from hiring someone that's qualified. As somebody that started not believing in myself, you have to have a dream. You have to be able to map that dream out and then go for it with everything you've got. If you want to make changes in your life, you can. I had to determine in my heart that I wanted to change my life. I received a call from one of my daughters. She said, "Mom, I am so proud of you. We are all so proud of you. You've worked hard to get to where you are. And I want you to know that we are so happy that you are the grandmother of our children because you've given them an example as a woman and as a disabled person that you can reach out, that you can make a difference, that you can change your life. You just have to have the willpower and the determination to make it happen."
Are you ready for the challenge of running your own business? Can you make the commitment it takes to be successful? A self-employment setting is possible for people with disabilities. Contact the DOR and work with a counselor. It's time to make things happen, and you're in charge.